Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back once again to Fat Cat Collections. And today it's another one of my buyer beware videos. You guys know anytime that I have an experience with a seller or a company who really doesn't provide the service one would expect, I let you guys know about it. And you know, the internet's very powerful, and I think it's my duty to let you guys know when I deal with a good seller. Now, eBay gets a lot, and I've heard a lot of people who, even when it comes to Invicta watches, are like, nope, don't buy with eBay. eBay's a great website for selling things. I use eBay all the time to sell things that I have that I no longer need. Lots of sales have been made on eBay thanks to me making purchases, and I'm no different than everybody else. A lot of people seem to be more comfortable with Amazon. I will tell you that I understand why people feel that way in regards to eBay and Amazon. And so whenever I have an experience with a seller, I really want to let the public know to not buy from certain sellers, you know, because let's face it, the worst part about ordering stuff online is having to wait for things. And you know, that's something we have to deal with. But the plus to ordering things online is the fact that we get things for a much better price than you're going to get from a brick and mortar store in most cases. So I went ahead and ordered, and this is a very small ticket item, but it's just another example of a horrific eBay seller. And I've had my share of them. Unfortunately, eBay is a website that really is for the seller and not really for the buyer. It's for the buyer until you actually make the purchase, and if the seller tries to screw you out of your purchase, then you're definitely protected with eBay. Unfortunately, sellers have a lot of power. They have a lot more power. I shouldn't say a lot more power than a brick and mortar store, but sellers really do have the right to refuse service, and that's pretty much like a brick and mortar store. The problem is a lot of times when you're face to face with a brick and mortar store, people are more reasonable. You know, you really have to upset a store, because let's face it, if you have a good experience, you'll tell a few people. If you have a bad experience, you'll just tell everybody, right? And that's just kind of how the old saying goes. But the thing is, a lot of sellers, because when somebody has a bad experience, a lot of times people don't have the reach. And so, you know, when it comes to a store locally, let's say in your town, you have a bad experience, you tell people, they pass that information on, and that could be very, very detrimental to a business's, you know, business's clientele, right? Enough people have the same story, enough people Yelp it, there's power. People who shop have power to kind of make it, to really put the pressure on stores, which is great. And I love things like Yelp, because it really allows you to not only help a business if you have great service, but also to hurt a business. And I'm a firm believer that if a business tries to pull something with me that's unjust, unwarranted, I have to let you guys know. So again, this is not something that may you know, destroy their store, of course, but it is my story, and I feel, again, my duty to let you guys know, because this is something that just a sleazy seller would do. So the seller's name is Alion Home. It's ALIONHOME. Pretty small seller when it comes to sellers on eBay, about 3,300 sales. That's still quite a bit, but considering they're a store, I'm not even a store and I have like 100. So, and that's just things you know, laying around the house I decided to sell, right? So as a store, it's a pretty small store, and I like to try to support, you know, newer eBay sellers, of course, and the price is right. And so what I ordered was a privacy screen for my fence, where my hot tub is. Sometimes due to the way this fence was constructed, my hot tub's kind of close to the fence and my neighbor can kind of see through. Not a big deal, but I just wanted to get something just to give a little more privacy when we're both outside entertaining, right? And so I ordered this on eBay from Alion Home. It's ALION Home. And what's really weird to me was I first stated, you know, I dropped them an email. I ordered the product, and most eBay sellers that I've dealt with, generally, unless it's something custom made, you have to, basically they send within the same day. Now, they always list their handling times. Generally, when I see a seller, though, who has about, you know, over, let's say, 400 sales, it's not a brand new seller. Like, they've been in the business a little while, right? So usually I expect for somebody to ship my product within the next business day. So I waited a couple days and I never got anything back. I dropped them a message. Hey, do you have a tracking number? Nothing, was ignored. Emailed them again or messaged them through eBay again, and they got back to me and they said it's a custom made order and they have to make it, which was, I didn't know that. Now, I did look on the listing, and it does give a description of the shipping times, and it does give a date, which, to my mistake, I didn't realize that that was the date that they were going to ship this thing out. Now, again, buyer beware. Kind of, you know, my bad, honestly. When you look at this, it just says item location Hacienda Heights, California. And it does say here, standard shipping estimated between August 18th and August 26th. Now, I would have ordered from somebody else. Now, when I see a listing for something like this, the size on here was for, again, the privacy shade, and I chose a 4x6. And when you look at those different things, I assumed that this was something that they had pre-cut sizes ready to go. I didn't know that each one of these sizes they custom make, because technically I needed a size that was a little bit different. What's really weird about this, and this is again an example of how disorganized this seller is, when you look at all the different sizes you can get, pretty much all of them, I'd say 90%, 99% of them are completely out of stock. And they go from size 3x3 all the way up to 6x50, and they're all out of stock. So I actually chose the one that was closest to the size I need, 4x6, and I went ahead and ordered it. What I think here, now that I look on here and I see 4x6 is the only one, it's kind of weird because they stated that we make this. Well, I figured if you're going to have a stock level, the ability to select different sizes on your listing, and other ones are out of stock, that means that you have in stock the 4x6 one I ordered. Not that you're going to make it, because ultimately, if you're going to custom make it, why not just have all the sizes and then make the product that somebody needs, right? I would have ordered 4x8, you know, paid a little bit more. So really weird seller. I just don't think they have the product, and I think they're making an excuse that a lot of sellers will put up listings for things they don't even have, and then hope to kind of get you into maybe a different product. I'm not sure what the motivation is. It just doesn't make any sense to sell a product and not have it in stock, or have the option to choose items that are in stock, and that's why I chose the 4x6. I would have ordered from somebody else. I didn't know that they were going to custom make this. Well, I went ahead and said, and they relayed that information. I said, yeah, not a problem. I totally understand. My mistake. I looked at the delivery time wrong. I do still want the product. They said, we can cancel for you if you want. I said, no, I do want the product. I need the product. Mind you, it's been 3 days already. You know, I could have ordered something from somewhere else. I said, yep, I want the product, but if you are custom making, I don't mind paying a little bit more. If you can make a 4x8, that would be perfect. If it's something you have to make, why not a couple more fees? Perfect. What I need, I said, I definitely would like to order more in the future for the other sections of my fence. I said, if you can do that, I'd be more than happy to review you on YouTube and, maybe get you some more business. I mean, that's something that people pay me to do normally. And generally, if I have a good seller that's willing to, meet me halfway, I'll definitely do that. If they're not interested in that and they don't, if I like the product regardless, I mean, even if they were to send me what I paid for, I'll give it a good review if I like it, if it's a good product. And because it is something, again, YouTube is great because you can get a lot of inspiration from other people. So I always like to share my purchases and share my stories. Well, I said, yeah, no, I appreciate you doing that. If you can do that, great. If you can't, I'll still take the 4x6, no problem. Thank you for the great customer service, I said. And they came back and said, this is their exact message back. And it's just ridiculous. It's okay. We canceled, refunded the order. There are plenty of other companies you can find something like this from. Best wishes. So for whatever reason or other, they canceled my order. And one thing that's a big pet peeve for me is time is money. When you waste my time, I really get pissed off about it. There's plenty of other places I could have bought this from. And as consumers, as people who buy stuff online, we want it right now. We have the idea to do something, we want to get it now. Something like this, you just can't find at a brick and mortar store. You have to buy it online. And if you do find somebody to custom make something, you're going to be paying a lot more for it. I don't even know where you'd go for something like this locally. But I figured, okay, order it. I could have got it on Amazon, paid a little bit more, and had it here today. But unfortunately now, my order got canceled for no fault of my own. Didn't even do anything to the seller. And I was more than nice, and all they did was cancel my order. What they'll probably do is block the ability for me to buy again, which is another thing that a lot of sleazy sellers do. If you leave sellers, and it's not negative feedback on eBay, and I didn't even leave negative feedback. Negative feedback is designed to let people know, hey, this is a good seller, this is my story. It's a review, just like Amazon. That's one thing I love about Amazon. They don't mess around. Like, those reviews, most of the time, are honest. And Amazon catches you with an affiliation as far as like putting up a review of a product that, let's say you use your own account to purchase something, they know you're affiliated, that you got paid to do it. Those reviews don't count. So Amazon, all the reviews you get are legitimate. When it comes to eBay, it doesn't work that way, but eBay keeps it pretty short when it comes to your feedback. What's interesting to me is I've had sellers actually block me. And unfortunately, when a seller blocks you, in this case was and I'm going to do a review on that as well. This seller, I ordered a strut bar for my car. They sent me a bar for a completely different car. I said, hey, you guys sent the wrong one. Kind of annoyed, but can we get the proper one? And they said, no, we can't send you that. We'll just refund you. I said, all right, well, I'll find it somewhere else. They refunded me and then blocked me on future listings, and they blocked me on several different seller names. And so what happens is sometimes these sellers have several different accounts on eBay, and they block you. Now when you're trying to find something, you can't get it, so you have to have somebody else order it for you. So these sellers are really abusing the powers they have with eBay. If somebody doesn't want to, and again, they do reserve the right to not sell, but I do feel like it should be something that's legitimate. If you tried to rip them off, or you had words, or you were rude, something along those lines. These sellers really abuse that, and they block and ban people really with. There really should be an approval process where eBay looks at, and I'm surprised they don't, where eBay looks at the conversation that went back and forth and say, hey, is this grounds because technically, these people may be a seller, but it's different than a brick and mortar store. Brick and mortar store, it's their store. You're buying through eBay. It's not their store. It's not their website, and they should have to uphold, the rules that eBay has, and I just don't think that eBay, and I could be wrong, I don't think that eBay would really appreciate sellers just blocking people from buying. But either way, that is what it is. This is my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Let me know if you guys have had experience like this, but I will tell you, I don't recommend, if you've checked out any of my videos about, home decorating and some of the things I've done. I don't do a lot of videos like that, but I do smart home tours and that kind of stuff. Definitely boycott Alion Home, ALION Home. Again, if you've had good luck with them, more power to you, great, but I can tell you that it just seems like this company maybe at one point had access to this, and maybe they're just using it as an excuse because maybe there was another company back in the day that would put wheels all over eBay for one of my vehicles, right? And I would email them, say, hey, is this in stock, ready to go? And they're like, oh no, we'll be in stock in 3 months. And 3 months goes by and I'll follow up, and then they'll tell me, oh no, another 3 months. And a lot of times eBay sellers are just massively listing things that they don't have, that they have no intention on being able to sell, and they list things that they have no way that they're going to be able to fulfill. So I don't know if it's maybe they get your money and they try to maybe get you into something else. Not really sure. It just seems like more of a headache than anything else, but that's the way it is, and that's why I think a lot of people are moving from eBay to Amazon. Again, I'll still use eBay. Lots of people still do use eBay, and I still recommend eBay, but unfortunately with eBay, you gotta deal with some crummy sellers like this once in a while. So buyer beware, lesson learned. I'll never order from them again. I'll have to find somebody else for this product, and worst case scenario, if I can never find one, so be it. Just a sleazy sleaze bag thing to do. And again, time is money. I wasted 3 days, and some people may say, oh, it's not a big deal. You can order it from somebody else, and what's 3 days? But when you're excited about getting a project done, you want to get it, and it's unfortunate. So definitely check out the link in the description. I'll put again the link to their store, just so you can make a note of it. Should you be in the market for any kind of home stuff? This seller actually sells other things, so. What's funny is even in their description, they're like, oh, we're just a small seller. It's like they sell like string lights and LED stuff, and they have 835 items for sale. Lots of privacy fences, or privacy screens, which is really weird because, this is what they're supposed to sell, and they don't even have those items in stock. So just, I don't know, just kind of sleazy. I just think the seller should list that all these items are custom made, and when you go and click the description of these things, it just says in stock or out of stock. And again, to me, that means that, okay, well, if I'm going to order 4x6, it's ready to go. They're going to throw it in the box and ship it. On here, nothing says anything about this being custom made. It just says here, always free shipping. We'll gladly return items within 30 days unused. We're a small company, works hard to keep our customers happy. Feedback from your experience with us plays an important role in our growth and success. I mean, obviously for a small company, again, if something isn't right, please give us contact and give us a chance to fix it. We can usually resolve any issue quickly and leave you smiling. That to me is just a line of BS, because I was really nice about and pretty open about buying this, and that's not keeping a customer happy and smiling. So, you know, talk is cheap, and this seller is cheap. Nothing but talk. So, anyway, links in the description. Check it out. If you're in the market for anything like this, I do not recommend this seller at all. There's lots of other people selling this. Go elsewhere. So that's my video. Buyer beware, guys. Hope that was helpful. If you have any experienced bad sellers, let me know. I'm always happy to showcase stories on this channel because, again, guys, you know, like I said, time is money, and I can't. Nothing is crummier than you know, again, having a project, planning, getting ready, and then having to deal with nonsense like this. I mean, this is childish. So, anyway, guys, have a wonderful day and take care.